Good morning, everybody, and I hope you've had a good weekend. This week's thought is this: forgiveness is the final form of love, and that's by a guy called Reinhold Niebuhr. Now then, as a Christian school with a Christian ethos, forgiveness is right at the centre of our thinking, and it's really, really important. In assemblies this week, the chaplaincy are taking the assemblies. Well, I will be taking the assemblies personally, and I'll be looking more deeply into forgiveness. Forgiveness is really important. It's really, really massive. Without it, you've got the opportunity to fall out with your friends and family. You've got the opportunity to be in many awkward moments, to get into fights, and to just constantly be angry. We can be losing our jobs, and we can end up as a lonely, twisted person, or in prison, or dead, or something like that. Honestly, forgiveness is so important. Without it, life can be really quite disastrous. Forgiveness is powerful. It grows friendships. It brings families together. It does amazing things. And it causes far less stress in our lives if we can just forgive one another. And it's good that when you're a forgiving sort of person, people are happy to be around you, or you're going to be happy to be around other people as well. This is because all of us make mistakes. We all mess up. It's just a part of being human. None of us are perfect. And if anybody is someone who points the finger or points out people's errors and mistakes, I think they're a little bit deluded, and they're actually heading for a crash themselves. Every one of us makes mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes are deliberate. We've deliberately done something that can upset people. Now then, the Apostle Peter came to Jesus and asked, "Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother or sister who sins against me? Up to 7 times? 7 being a perfect number, you know, so it's quite an amazing question. Jesus answered, "I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times. And in another place he says 7 times 70 times, which means we just forgive. We just forgive. Not only do we need to, but we're going to have to. He knew that because we do all mess up and let one another down. St. Paul writes this: "Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has grievance against anyone else, forgive as the Lord forgave you." And that, you know, that is quite a strong thing. There's a God in heaven who loves us, and he does forgive us. And that gives us his grace, which is the undeserved favour of God. God loves us anyway. Okay then, so moving from the quite normal to the extreme. And as I say, in assemblies we are going to be looking at this and seeing exactly how powerful forgiveness can actually be. There's this one quote that has become really famous around the world over the last 2 years, and that's this: "They will not have my hate." And this is an incredible statement, and it was from Antoine Léry, who wrote these words after his wife, Hélène, had been killed at the Bachelard Theatre in Paris. And he was just determined, they will not have my hate. He was not going to hate because of this terrible atrocity. And it's massively powerful. That kind of thing is hugely, hugely powerful. And I do want to say that forgiveness is not exclusive to Christianity, but it just happens to be a massively successful life choice. It's good to be a forgiving person. Forgiveness is the final form of love. God bless you. Have a fantastic week.